I'm exhausted, dude. I'm exhausted, baby. Baby, I'm exhausted.
Yeah, I am too.
I'm exhausted. I can't take it anymore. I can't keep my eyes open through a whole day anymore. I don't even want to be out in public anymore. I'm just exhausted. Everything's exhausting me.
I know we've had a long 2 months.
It's been a long 2 months. It's been a long fucking year. It's been a long fucking day, and it's only
been an exhausting year, I would say.
I'm just done. I can't tell you how many times I tell you I'm about to pack our fucking bags and then just get in the car and just get on out of here. I don't know where I'm going to go. Canada seems like a nice place. Seems like a place that I can get used to. A place that I can seek my oats in, if you will. Did I say that right? Did I say soak my oats in?
There you go.
I'm going to go to Canada. I'm going to soak my oats. I'm going to go find Seth Rogen. Talk to him for a little bit. Maybe he has some words.
Maybe grab a coffee with him.
I would like to grab a coffee with him. I know.
Casually.
Yes, they have some cool coffee shops down there.
Would you lay down?
Don't they get free Medicare in Canada?
I don't know. They get way better benefits, I think, than we do. But
so Canada's really the place we need to be. Does anybody even know the president of Canada?
Yeah, prime minister, I think.
So they don't have a president.
They have their prime minister is basically our president.
So Canada's its own place? Is Canada its own place?
Yes, it's its own
It's just Canada.
Yeah.
That's kind of whack, huh?
I think it's connected. I don't know. I really
It's
never
almost
paid
like we didn't want
attention.
nothing to do with them. Little girl, will you lay down?
Maybe I don't know. I really don't know. I can't even think straight.
If you can see on the camera right now, we got a little girl running around the studio while we're trying to record.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to tell this little girl, it's time for the podcast, so I'm trying to do the podcast, so can you give me just about an hour? 30 minutes is all I'm asking for.
She gave us her whole morning. So.
She's been sleeping all morning. Now she's all up rough and rowdy like she's about to tear up the studio. I'm not having it. Anyways, episode 87. This is episode 87. I said last episode was 87. This is 87. Subscribe if you can. A lot going on this week. I'm just done with the world. I'm just done with everything. Who would have known that the fucking Great Awakening would have been like this? Mm-hmm. And I was thinking about this earlier. How crazy is it that we got to live in a time where the Great Awakening actually is happening? Like, people don't.
Is that what they're calling it now?
It is what it is. I wouldn't tell you what they're calling it. You wouldn't say so?
I don't know what to think. I'm so confused about it all. Like, why all of a sudden in 2020 is all this shit happening? Like, most of the shit that's happened in 2020 should have been taken care of years ago.
Like what?
Like this whole rioting shit. Like, we should already be we should be equal no matter what. No matter your skin color, no matter your gender.
You're saying it's crazy how it's gotten this far.
Yes, it's like, why can't someone just go, I get it. Now let's try to, work it all out. I don't think that anybody's tried to sit down and look at everything with a fresh pair of eyes.
I agree with that 100%.
It's just the same shit, the same beliefs. It's like the world is changing and we cannot stop it. So why not adapt?
That's a good way to put it, my friend.
Stop trying to go back to 1920s. You know what I mean? It's just it's not that anymore.
Yeah. I was watching...
Let's move on to something different.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I was watching Nancy Pelosi, and...
that woman's crazy.
I'm watching her on the news, and I'm looking at this lady, and she looks older than a motherfucker. I mean, older than shit. And I was thinking, when I was watching her video, I was tired at the time. It was like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and myself was tired. And then I really got to thinking about every person in politics that runs the country. They're all old as shit. They're all old as shit, right? Mm-hmm. What old person do you know that wants to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning to run a country? Does that make sense to you?
Do they even sleep?
That's what I'm saying is what is going
do they do a 9 to 5? Because I highly doubt it's like a 9 to 5 job.
It's a 24/7 job,
yes,
correct?
Where do you get your sleep? I'm somebody that needs their sleep. So to be able to run the country, you need your sleep.
So be able to run a country and be 50 plus, 60 plus years old.
How do you do it?
That's what I'm asking.
Caffeine doesn't work anymore.
Because I'm seeing Nancy Pelosi. It was fucking 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning. And she's like, skin's all sagging. The earrings are fucking hanging low and shit. The whole thing.
Her ear lobe is like down here.
Yeah, looking like she just fetched a duck out of the pond from hunting and shit. Looks like a little hound dog. But I just was wondering, where do these old people find the energy for this shit? And politics are so fucking boring. They make you want to fall asleep. And the thing about the politics shit is, we've been talking about politics for the last month or two on this podcast. But the thing about politics that really fucking annoy me is you can't have a conversation with someone about politics because first of all, it's pointless as shit. There's no winner. Both of you have good points. Both of you are going to be right about something because each party has got something off. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So the argument about politics is so crazy, but that's besides the point. My point is I don't understand where the old people are finding this energy because I'm out here 2:00 in the afternoon, dead, have no energy, and they're out here doing press conferences, shit like that, in suits. It
all goes back to that one thing we were talking about.
What?
The children and the...
Oh, the child trafficking?
I truly believe.
I feel like, there's rumors like child trafficking is going on in the government and with the celebrities and shit. I'm seeing a lot of that on TikTok and shit. And I'm seeing a lot of people starting to stretch. They're really trying to read. It's like a lot of you motherfuckers really want this child ring shit to be true. Like, there's people pushing it's just a big reach. You know what I'm saying? There would be there's someone where they said Ellen, Tom Hanks, and Oprah are all on house arrest right now for trafficking, and their proof is in the videos. You can see the ankle. It looks like an ankle monitor on their ankle, but their pants are over their ankles.
Uh-huh.
But they're reaching, saying oh look, they're all on house arrest. But
there's no.
If I had to get anybody, did you know that Tom Hanks' wife, his last name main last name was Wilson?
So what does that mean?
Remember Wilson from the movie he was in when he was on the island, and he made
Hanks?
Tom Hanks. What's that movie?
Yeah,
what's that movie? What the fuck
Castaway.
is that movie? Castaway. You know in Castaway when he puts his hand on it, he calls it Wilson? That was his wife's main last name or something like that, or a middle name, something like that. But they're pulling shit like that, and they're like, see, he's a child trafficker. It's like, whoa. That has nothing to do with anything. Let's get into our first topic. Oh, what?
Yeah, never mind.
You got nothing to say about that?
Tom Hanks is not involved. I mean,
you don't think Tom Hanks would be involved? I think if anybody would be, it'd be Tom Hanks. By the way, did you know they're trying to get Forrest Gump removed?
I can't even talk about that.
Did you know they're trying to get Forrest Gump removed? Because it's there's the part when he goes to Alabama in college and they got the whole racial thing going on. They're trying to get Forrest Gump removed.
That's just outrageous.
That's one sensitive topic of the week. And then, you know what? I'm changing my reject of the week. Let's get to our next topic because I just changed it. All right.
Okay.
Oh, God damn, I just put myself in the fucking eye. So you just pulled up. What did you just say? You said what were your exact words that you just said to me about these chickens?
I said, this is what we should really be talking about. And I saw one post about it last week and I just died laughing in the middle of work. But I found another one that's even better. These people are making, I don't know what you would call them, I guess chicken arms.
Yeah.
But it's like a piece of aluminum wire with those plastic baby doll arms and putting them around chickens to make it look like they have arms.
So they run around.
It.
Can you imagine? They look real as fuck.
I wish I would have saved the other post. It was hilarious because it was up close and the chicken was looking straight.
Could you imagine running around and running in the neighborhood and you see a chicken running after you with arms?
Dude, and I didn't see this post before. I don't know what I would do. I'd probably faint.
Well, reject of the week goes out to Minneapolis Mayor Emily Larson. I'm not going to come at you harsh, Emily Larson, but listen, you cannot be out here changing the ways of the United States of America. And I understand we got to get rid of the race stuff, and I'm totally on board for that.
Yeah.
But this has nothing to do with race. I mean, kind of does, but it's just like you got to cool it down just a little bit with this shit. So she wants to change the police captain name because you're like police captain's name's Chief, the chief of police.
Yeah.
She wants to get rid of the name Chief because
Why?
it's offensive to Native Americans and shit like that. And
I'm so sick of you, Emily.
and
I'm already sick.
they said when asked to explain the misgivings people have regarded to the use of the term chief, Mayor Larson responded, "It is the language that is offensive to people who are indigenous and actually offensive to a lot of people, especially when there is other language available."
So what would you call him?
That's okay. Let's see what she wants to call it.
We already have captains.
She said chief is racial. We have the opportunity to do better, and I don't think she has a fucking a name to replace this thing with. She just wants to get rid of it right now, and I don't know how I feel about it. What the fuck else? What would you call else? What else would you call him besides a chief?
I don't know, and it's not like
Champ.
I don't think they mean it. What am I trying to say? I don't think they mean it towards like the Native Americans. I think they mean it as like what is a chief? Like he's head of his tribe.
That's very true.
So that's basically.
Is that not a compliment though? If we're taking the Native American
I would have
language,
to hear it from a Native American, a true Native American.
That's true.
Does it offend them?
That's
yes
true.
or no?
Because my
and
question
if it
is,
does, then by all means, I understand.
You're right on that. But I'm like, if we're gonna adopt a name that the Native Americans made up, and then we're gonna put that into our language, and then instill that into our police culture. I don't know. Maybe a Native American go deeper than I can be like, this is the reason why. But as far as I'm concerned, I don't really see the reason why.
I didn't think it was offensive.
The Cleveland Indians are actually removing the Indian. So they have like an Indian on their jersey. They're getting rid of it.
Of course.
And then, so since they're getting rid of that, they asked the Kansas City Chiefs, the football team, the Kansas City Chiefs, they asked them if they're going to change their name. And they said, no, fuck off. We're not changing our fucking name. It's been the name for fucking 100 plus years. And we're not changing our name because it's Chiefs. And I'm all for the non-racial stuff. But at some point, you need to cut out the nonsense. Because eventually, we're going to be talking in fucking code. Like, we're going to have to say shit that, like, no one's going to understand anything what they're talking about except for the other person that you're talking to, because we're going to have to develop our own language so it doesn't offend anybody.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? I give it 50. I give it less than 50 years. Everybody's walking around talking their own language, and no one's going to be communicating with anybody because no one wants to fucking offend anybody. I was just thinking about the other day how I remember being in the car. I had jean shorts on. I had a Texas Longhorn hat on, and I was like 8 years old. And I remember going into Arlington, and the shit was just fucking different. I don't know if it was because I was younger and everything looked better back then, but I feel like back then was just better. Let me rephrase that. Not back then like in like civil rights time.
Yeah.
I mean back then in like 2009, 2010, like 2004, like.
So like
shit just
10,
felt
12
fucking
years ago.
different, man. It just felt so different, and I felt like we entered a wave, or like we skipped, like I don't know, something malfunctioned, and then we just fucking ended up in this world, and everything's fucking nuts.
Hey,
everything's going off the rail.
A glitch in the system.
I think there was a big glitch in the system because everything's just off right now. But let's get to our next topic. I don't think we should change. You don't think we should change the name, Chief?
I mean, like I said,
Or
as
does it
of
not really bother
today,
you?
no. I don't think it's offensive, but I would have to hear it from a Native American's perspective. I mean, a true Native American, like.
That makes sense. I think I would.
Like, does it?
I think if we told them they break it down.
Because
oh shit,
they deserve just as equal rights as our African Americans do. So if we have to limit.
Well, I don't think it has. I think the Black Lives Matter started the big movement. So like the Black Lives Matter is starting to spread out into other
as well as the
cultures.
Asian cultures and
that's what I'm saying. Like
they deserve the same amount
within
of attention.
within this next year, we'll see shit like this start to happen. Like with the Asian community, with the Indian community.
Like I said, it all in all, I believe everything should become.
Maybe it's a
equal.
good thing. Maybe it's a good thing. Now that I'm thinking about it. Maybe it's a good thing because the Black Lives Matter movement is rolling in other cultures now, and I guess we're just cleaning up the race shit. But I don't know. You want to move on?
Yeah.
All right. Next topic. Recent news. Okay. Recent news. I remember I told you that in the beginning of the podcast. I said I think we should pack our bags and just get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
We could head right over to Seattle. Because I don't know if do you know anything about what's happening in Seattle right now?
Yes, we talked about it earlier this week.
Well, in Seattle right now in Bunker Hill, they're blocked off 6 fucking blocks, and basically it's a zone where police are not allowed. And what's crazy is that they blocked off the zone, but there's like people that live in the fucking zone, and there's businesses that are in the zone, and it's kind of like a community. I think I was hearing that you can't buy anything there, like. Money's not even like a trade there. Like money's not even a
thing.
I'm trying to think of the fucking word, but money's not even a thing there. So like if you go there, I think like if you're a cop, like you're a cop, you can't get in. But like I don't know if you can just walk in. It's saying like it's kind of freaky because it's like a whole bunch of people walking around just like doing nothing. But like I'm thinking like, do they let you into this place or let you out of this place? Can you? And I see people recording and taking videos and shit like that. But then I'm like, how are you paying your phone bill if you're not working? Or do you like go to work and then come back in the zone?
Yeah, like what if they like took, I don't know if they took like names or like figured out how
That's what I'm saying. Like, do we have passes here? Like they took
go
over
to
City
work?
Hall. They took over like City
Are
Hall.
they funded? Like, did somebody just give them money and say,
That's
here,
what I'm
do this?
saying. Like, how are they getting in and out of this bitch? And how are they like keeping
I
police
think we
out?
should travel up there and bring a microphone and ask some questions.
Police enter Seattle cop-free zone after shooting kills a 19-year-old critical injured man.
Oh, Jesus.
1 dead, 1 critical injured after shooting in Seattle. Chop zone. I mean, it's called they call it the chop. That's what they call it. But it's it's for the movement. But like this is like a crazy movement because if I'm living upstairs and I'm in Seattle and I'm just like at my house and I see people blocking off the fucking road and shit like that and they're like putting on the road chop and shit like that, I'm freaking the fuck out.
I know. I don't think I could have stayed.
And like
But what if you don't have a choice? What if they make you stay? Like, what if you can't leave? And
no, you can leave. You can leave. They're letting people leave. Like, you
And
can
then
walk
come back?
out. I don't know. But they're
These
letting
are
them leave.
questions I have that need answers.
I just think it's crazy that we have something like this in 2020. You figured the police would be like, fuck, I don't know if they have like certain rights they can't do.
Okay, where's the National Guard if they're so gung-ho?
That's what I'm saying. Like, don't you think some shit would go like off the rails? Like, don't you think they would start shooting and shit like that?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I think the goal is to expand this, like, just keep like getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, like this place.
I guess so.
But I just don't see how you would do that. I don't have much to say on this topic. I just wanted to put it out there because I think it's insane that this can happen in 2020. But I don't really know what to think about it.
I cannot wrap my head around some of this stuff, and it's not like I'm trying to be ignorant to it, but it's like like my brain cannot process some of the things that is happening.
Yeah, it's
nuts. It's insane to me. That's all I'll have to say about it. It's insane.
Let's go and get to Legend Week because I have nothing to say about this. I just wanted to put it out there and be like, this is what's happening. And let's sit for a little bit. I don't know what's going on, but you think what you want to fucking think about it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Let's go to the next topic. Legend of the Week. Legend of the Week goes out to Carol Horn. I hope I'm saying that fucking right. Carol Horn. It's CARIOLHORNE.
Yeah, Horn.
Carol Horn. this is kind of crazy because this lady doesn't get too much shine. So this lady was a cop, right, of like fucking 18 years or 19 years, right, on the job.
Mm-hmm.
And this is like back in 2008 or something like that. She showed up for a job, or she showed up on a call, and the person that was being detained, one of the cops was beating the fucking shit out of the guy.
What?
The cop was arresting one of the guys, right? She shows up to the call, and they had this guy in a corner, and they're beating the shit out of him. So she's an African American woman. She goes up behind the guy they're beating was black. She goes up behind the cop, grabs the cop to take the cop off, like get off of him.
How old is this woman?
At the time, she was probably like mid-30s, 40s.
Okay.
She's been on the job for like 15 years. Plus 15 years.
Oh, so she's a cop.
She's a cop too.
Okay.
And she rips the cop off of him, and then somehow I'm pretty sure the cop punches her, and then the other cops pull her off, and then she gets fired for fucking getting this policeman off, and then the policeman that got the policeman that was beating the shit out of the guy, he kept getting complaint after complaint after complaint until one day he fucking finally killed someone or shot him. And then they took him off the police force. But this is the shitty thing is she was 1 year away from her pension. Like $80,000 plus of money. No. And so they didn't give her pension. She got no pension money. She went all these fucking years, and then the Buffalo mayor was like, since all this awakenings happened.
Minnesota?
No, I think this was in Buffalo.
Buffalo?
Yeah, I think this was in Buffalo.
Buffalo where?
Buffalo, New York.
Oh, New York.
Yeah. And I think they're actually trying to get her pension back now.
Well, she fucking deserves it. I mean,
yeah.
Give me
but I just think it's crazy how we went this long without knowing anything about this lady. You know what I'm saying? Because we always talk about good cops and bad cops, and we got a good cop right here, and no one's shining light on her. I think that was pretty fucking nuts.
And she's African American, so that means twice as much now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So here we go. A horn. A mother of five. Oh, and somehow her kid got caught up on like a traffic stop, and they planted drugs on him. And her kid got arrested.
This is what I'm talking about.
Says Horn, a mother of five, has lost every appeal to date, but continues to seek a pension for her 19 years of police service. The city of Buffalo Common Council passed the case to New York State retirement system to be reviewed. So they're reviewing right now if she gets her pension or not. But she has a website. I think it's carolhorn.com. If you go there, you can donate. Oh, no, I'm sorry. You can sign a petition for her to get her pension back. So her name's Carol, CARIOLHORNE, Carol Horn. And I think she has a website. And I would go see what's on the website, because we got a good cop right here and no one has even noticed this lady. So, what?
Not carolhorn.com.
Are you looking right now?
Yeah.
What is it?
It says...
Do you got the website? You looking for it?
It doesn't have a website.
No, damn, she has one.
You can go to Carol Hulleman Horn on Facebook.
Maybe go to her Facebook or something and see what's up there.
Justice for Carol Horn.
Is that what it is?
Maybe, but yeah, I don't...
Justice for Carol
I don't see
Horn. No, I don't see him. Anyways, yeah, go on there and vote if you can.
Did you see that? I had a group.
Yeah, I know. This little baby's getting rowdy. So we're going to go. Anything else you want to say to the people, baby?
Carol Horn deserves it all.
I think we should go out there and...
I think a public apology is not enough for that woman. She deserves her pension and plus some in recognition.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. So go out there and vote, people. Anyways, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. This is episode 87 of Modern Rejects Podcast. We'll see you next week.